Namo Buddhaya. Welcome to our Sunday Dhamma Talk series. Today's Dhamma Talk is episode number 85. I just think that we have achieved a great accomplishment, milestone, by offering so many Dhamma Talks like this every Sunday. And today's topic is the power of regular meditation practice by Venerable Bhikkhu Ananda. I am very honored to have Venerable Bhikkhu Ananda with us today because he has been a wonderful Kalyana Mitra with us for a long time. Wish you a very wonderful, happy New Year, dear Venerable Ananda. Thank you for joining us today. Right. So before starting, let me give you a little bit of information about our wonderful Dhamma speaker today. Venerable Bhikkhu Ananda is a very busy monk, I would say, and busy for all the wonderful good reasons. He is the General Secretary of Mahabodhi Society, Bangalore, and he is not a new Dhamma speaker in our channel, and he has already done quite a few Dhamma talks before. And Venerable Bhikkhu Ananda also is a mentor and a meditation teacher. Venerable Bhikkhu Ananda is one of the senior most and old disciple of Venerable Dr. Acharya Buddha Rakkhita. I really want to pay my homage to your Bada Bhante, Venerable Acharya Buddha Rakkhita. Venerable Ananda is the General Secretary of Mahabodhi Society, Bangalore, and its branches. Already well established, well spread all across India, and also I'm sure there are many branches and many connections all throughout the world. In 1986, he took his monastic ordination as a Buddhist monk, and Most Venerable Dr. Acharya Buddha Rakkhita, the founder of the Mahabodhi Society, Bangalore, India. Since then, he studied Buddhist philosophy, psychology, ethics, Pali language under Venerable Dr. Acharya Buddha Rakkhita. The world-renowned Buddhist scholar of modern times, Venerable Ananda Bhante has written many books and articles on Buddhism, and on Sundays gives lecture on Buddhism and meditation. He has attended many seminars and conferences conducted in Karnataka, India, and abroad. I remember Venerable Bhante also visited USA some time back, and we invited him to University of the West long time ago, and that's where we were so closely connected, and ever since we were in really good touch. He has also been trained in Vipassana meditation courses, and he is a special teacher in Pali, Abhidhamma, Sutta discourses of the Buddha. Over 30 years as a monk, he has been engaged in the spiritual activities like training and teaching the monks at Mahabodhi Monastic Institute, conducting meditation classes, giving discourses, and developing Buddhist centers. Since 1998, he has been traveling abroad extensively, bringing the precious teachings of the Buddha to the Western world. In Germany, Switzerland, France, Belgium, Holland, Spain, Austria, and the US are some of the countries he has visited and given Dhamma talks on Buddhism and conducted meditation courses. So our esteemed Dhamma teacher today is Bhikkhu Ananda, and I really appreciate you finding some time for us, and thank you so much for joining. Dear Venerable Ananda, so what programs do you have these days in Bangalore?
First of all, I would like to pay homage to the Triple Gem,
Thank
and I pay homage at the holy feet of Sumita Bhante, very, very kind-hearted um, Kalyana Mitra for me. I'm always grateful to you, Bhante.
you. Thank you.
today, Sundays, we have morning English discourses, puja, meditation, and English discourse
Mm.
before lunchtime. And after lunchtime, we have in Kannada language, that is the language of our state in South India, Karnataka. And we also have Sunday Dhamma school for children, and about 70 to 80 children are regularly attending our this children program Bhante.
Very
And
nice.
apart from that, of course, the weekdays we are quite occupied with our monastic training programs. We have now 22 bhikkhus and 92 novices.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So happy to hear
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So most of my time goes in teaching the classes and all those things, Bhante. And of course, we have some humanitarian programs like hospital and other things.
Hmm.
But I mainly focus on this teaching the
Train in the
monks.
monastics. That is the future. And thank you so much for doing all those wonderful services to reinstate the Dhamma in the lands of its own and lands of the Buddha. So very happy that Mahabodhi Society Bangalore is doing so many wonderful, wonderful things. And we can discuss more later. And I would like to invite you to offer the Dhamma sharing today.
नमो तस् भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस् बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि द्वितीयम्पि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि द्वितीयम्पि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि द्वितीयम्पि संघं शरणं गच्छामि तृतीयम्पि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि तृतीयम्पि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि तृतीयम्पि संघं शरणं गच्छामि पाणातिपाता वेरमणि सिक्खापदं समादियामि अदिन्नादाना वेरमणि सिक्खापदं समादियामि कामेषु मिच्छाचारा वेरमणि सिक्खापदं समादियामि मुसावादा वेरमणि सिक्खापदं समादियामि सुरामेरयमज्ज पमादट्ठाना वेरमणि सिक्खापदं समादियामि तिसरनेन सद्धिं पञ्चशीलं धम्मं साधुकं सुरक्षितं कृत्वा अपमादेन सम्पादेथ. First of all, I would like to thank Most Venerable Sumita Bhanteji for giving me this opportunity to share some Dhamma. When we share Dhamma, we learn Dhamma. Teaching is the best way of learning. So I'm very grateful to Bhanteji, and I really congratulate Bhanteji for this this Dhamma USA program. Uh, every week, this Dhamma teaching program is going on. The power of Dhamma teaching program is also very immense. Uh, with my own little experience, what I have seen here in our Mahabodhi society, When our teacher, Venerable Acharya Buddharakita Bhante, came to Bangalore, he he was alone. There was not even one person he knew. There was not even one um, structure or temple or anything, just one small hut and no money at all. So, in that situation, the only thing he had was the Dhamma in his heart, and he started giving these teachings on especially on Sundays, sitting in the open most of the time. Still, they got one um, coconut leaf thatched uh, place to sit. Otherwise, even in the open, this program was started. And since 1956 end or 57 beginning, this Sunday Dhamma discourse, the Dhamma Dana, what we call Dhamma Dana program, started. And till now, without break of even a single Sunday in Mahabodhi Society, that Dhamma Dana is going on. If not anybody, even a small little young novice monk, or even if monks are not there, at least there were some times when monks were not there, at least some upasikas, they shared this Dhamma. So, because of this Dhamma Dana, today we can see how much blessings we have received from the Triple Gem and all the great teachers and devout upasakas and upasikas. So it has immense power, and that's why I deeply, deeply revere your weekly Dhamma program. And 85 weeks it has come through is not a small achievement. Today, the topic is power of regular meditation practice. It's a very, very practical um, topic, and to encourage ourselves and to enthuse ourselves, it's really good to know about this importance of meditation. When we say meditation in Lord Buddha's teachings, it is the cultivation of the mind, development of the mind in all circumstances, all situations, um, how we can cultivate our mind. As we know in the teachings of the Buddha, mind is everything. Manopubbangama dhamma. Mind is front runner, and everything is mind made, and it is the greatest. And if we know how to manage our mind, then surely we know how to manage our life. So, meditation, we have to understand uh, uh, two modes. One is sitting, and with our closed eyes, what we do as meditation practice, regular practice. And the other one is um, implementing that awareness, that wisdom, that kindness, compassion in in our daily life, whatever we do. So, like that, there is no separate compartment for meditative life and separate compartment for our daily life. We have to break these barriers and integrate uh, our daily life and our spiritual practice in such a way that nothing is missed in our daily life, because everything what we do, what we speak, or what we think in our daily life, they all spring from our mind. And if we can manage our mind, then that is cultivation of the mind, which is very much part of meditation. But to sit and practice with regular timings is also very important. Then it makes our mind more mindful. If we can sit, say, about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, or 1 hour, an ideal timing would be 1 hour at least, morning, evening, two times. Uh, that helps so much to bring that awareness in our daily life. The power of meditation is the power of goodness. When we meditate, the first thing that happens is we start knowing our own mind, what is happening, whether it is negative things are more, or whether it is positive things are more. So knowing our mind, where we stand, uh, what exactly is happening. If we don't know, then we may think, um, oh, whatever we think and whatever we speak are okay. No more. When they are negative, they are not okay. So how do we know that? If we have mindfulness, then it is possible to know. So mindfulness needs little bit of calmness also. Calmness comes from our day-to-day practice of these moral precepts, the Panchashila that we just recited and you have undertaken. These precepts are also part of meditation, because that part of the mind from where these bodily actions, verbal actions, they come, that mind also needs to be cultivated. So when we practice these moral precepts, we are indeed training the mind, we are polishing the mind at certain level. So we should take that also as cultivation of the mind and uh, part of meditation. Even though we say sila, samadhi, panya for explaining the noble eightfold path, with each individual factor we try to study and explain. But when it comes to the mind and what is happening in the mind, then these things are not there. All are integrated, all are part of the same mind. If you are looking from this angle or this angle or this angle, you are looking at the same mind. So, this integration and uh, totality of our mental development helps us when we take quite devotedly, seriously, and committedly uh, even these moral precepts as part of our path of enlightenment. So when this moral practice is there, mind becomes more calm and more joyful. Joy is part and parcel, and it is a very much needed uh, ingredient of the mind to develop further. Ultimately, our goal is to achieve happiness, ultimate happiness. And to achieve ultimate happiness, we should be able to uh, experience happiness at different levels in daily life. Otherwise, for what we have this dharma? That peace, that happiness starts as soon as one uh, starts practicing um, the moral precepts. So, and to follow the moral precepts, we need mental strength. So, that is where our regular meditation practice, mindfulness practice, these practices help us. We come to know what is happening. If it is a positive state of mind, if we have loving kindness or happiness or generosity or uh, calmness, or is it a distracted mind, confused mind, like that. To know ourselves is to know our own mind and body. So this knowing is wisdom. Mindfulness is to be here and now. And with that here and now, we know what is happening. So this opens a floodgate of insights. The moment knowing starts, then that process of knowing increases and develops. On the other hand, if the process of unknowing happens, ignorance, that also ignorance leads to more ignorance to more negativity into more ignorance. So the wheel of uh, darkness, the wheel of ignorance and suffering starts. But on the other hand, if we open up little bit of wisdom, then it starts multiplying, multiplying, multiplying. So this is the power of our daily practice to know ourselves. What a great uh, gift we can give to ourselves with this deeper understanding. All the sufferings and all the dukkha that is happening is just because we don't understand what is happening in our body, what is happening in our mind. So when we know uh, what is happening in the mind, and with our regular practice, even if it is 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, some people say, oh, I don't have long time. It doesn't matter. Even if it is short time, you sit and meditate. Maybe you are watching the breath, in breath, in breath, out breath, or you are doing metta bhavana, that is loving kindness meditation. Uh, Whatever meditation, so many techniques Lord Buddha has taught us out of compassion, not one or two, oh, countless, I can say, if you read the suttas, the Samyutta Nikaya or Anguttara Nikaya. So many. Every sutta is a meditation technique, developing the mind. But this breathing meditation, Lord Buddha praises it so much. Kaya Gata Sati. When you focus on this breathing that is there with us all the time, and it is very easy. Uh, One practice is to sit and practice regularly, morning and evening, and this you can observe even in your workplace, anywhere. Even if you observe 3 breaths, again, whenever you remember 3 breaths, again you remember 3 breaths. Oh, that mindfulness becomes more and more and more stronger and continued. So when we have mindfulness, then that attracts other powers of the mind, other qualities of the mind. Like Lord Buddha says, when you practice, for example, this uh, breathing meditation, or you are observing the elements, or you are observing the postures, your body. This body is wonderful tool for our meditation. Or if you are walking or sitting or lying down, just be aware. Okay, I am in this posture. Feel the body. So like that, this meditation, Lord Buddha's uh, uh, gives an example like when you observe ocean, it is like you are observing all the rivers and whatever water sources they have come and uh, joined. Everything is there if you observe ocean. Similarly, when you are meditating on this body, all the wholesome things of the mind, they come. They come. So with this mindfulness, your wisdom comes, your calmness comes, your effort comes, your saddha, your commitment, conviction, all these powers of the mind, they are called bala, pancha bala, saddha, the conviction, effort, mindfulness, calmness, and wisdom. These are the powers of the mind. Uh, if negativities come and if we are struggling with our tensions and worries, then know that the the powers of the mind have become weaker and weaker. So this meditation increases this power, and don't we need that? We need it for doing any work, even simple our day-to-day job, or uh, managing our own household or whatever. Everywhere we need. And um, another important factor that you will realize is um, emotions. Emotion. We are led by emotions many times. It is like winds coming from this direction, just blowing. Another wind comes from another direction, and that blows away. So this is happening. Emotions. Maybe there are fears coming, anxieties coming, uh, or you are angry, or any kind of emotion which just sweeps away, and after the something which was not suitable, after doing that, then we start repenting. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. I should have done this. You see, this emotional balance uh, is is uh, is so crucial. So how will it come if we don't have this mental strength to manage it? People have anxieties with lot of responsibilities. Sometimes there are real situations, but sometimes mind created situations, conceptual situations. But in any case, there are anxieties, uncertainties about job, about money, um, about your family members, if they are growing properly well or not, if they are developing in their life or not, oh, if their health is good or not, and losing of wealth, and with such uncertainties like uh, uh, wars and economical upheaval and job uncertainties. So, in those moments, we need some strength, first of all, to withstand that situation, secondly, to watch that situation, and thirdly, to come out of that situation in a skillful way. So, all that needs certain amount of strength. So, this gift of meditation. We get this meditation can really give strength in those situations, fears and worries and tensions. Oh, so that is so common, so common. Um, so how do we know that there is fear if we don't have mindfulness? So when we practice meditation, it gives power. Okay, this is fear. The power to observe, the power to observe. This observation has great strength in itself. Observation is a very positive state of mind. In this observation, there is wisdom. In this observation, there is mindfulness. In this observation, all good factors, all good chetasikas, mental factors, wholesome factors, they come together. Uh, so, what a strength we have inside. We don't need to worry about just some anxiety and fear and be afraid of afraidness, fear of fearfulness. That will multiply. But we have so many positive things, and all of them have such great strength. Uh, so with those strengths, surely we can overcome. But for that, we should know first ourselves. So this knowing ourselves, being mindful with ourselves, it is not a deep concentration, but even just minimum, uh, minimum knowing, minimum mindfulness, minimum concentration. already gives great release. People think, oh, um, if there is problem, I should run away, I should hide, I should avoid, not to look at the problem. But that is not the solution. The more we run away, the more we miss the solution. The more we are away from the solution. The solution is where the problem lies. Problem is here, and you run and search solution there. That will not happen. It is like you lose your key here, you keep key here, and you want to search your key all over the world. You will not get. You can get it where you have left it. So, where the problem is, there the solution is. In Lord Buddha's teachings in Satipatthana Sutta, so beautifully Buddha explains where this craving, this suffering starts. Those very points are the places where he um, he gives the solutions. So um, this gives power to the mind. Then we can overcome our emotions, uh, anxiety or worry or stress or even sometimes extreme suicidal mentalities or addictions. Addiction is a very huge problem, and we don't even know. We don't get to know that we are addicted to certain things. Okay, addiction to alcohol or this or that, some drugs and other things. We 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 know these are addictions, but those who are addicted, for them it doesn't seem to be addiction. That's why they think it's okay. But there are other addictions, addictions of mental concepts and mental, um, you see, ideas, ideologies, and they overwhelm so much that we just lose uh, our common sense even. And so these addictions, they also make us, they take us away, far away uh, from reality. So now this meditation is the greatest gift. So when we have this tool, then we get the power, power to overcome, to see and to overcome, to see, to let go. The more we see it, more power comes to let go. When we run away, when we avoid, then we avoid, we are going away from the truth. But when we see it, face it, just bounce on it, huh? Then that fear, worry, anxiety, they slowly melt away, because the the power of knowing, the power of being mindful, the power of wisdom, the power of acknowledging the reality itself is a very positive force which gives us um, great relief. And this meditation has the power to show us our daily activities, what we are doing through body or speech or mind. Are we doing good things? Are we doing positive things? Are we doing negative things? So that awareness will start flowing into all our activities. So once we have that awareness, then naturally we start avoiding negative and bringing positive, because we know, oh, this is way of burning our heart if it is a wrong thing, and the other way is cooling our heart. So these are the real power of this meditation practice. Daily meditation uh, uh, practice gives us blessings, and this awareness, as we expand, then one beautiful thing unfolds. That is the purpose of life. That becomes clear. Lot of conflicts within ourselves are because we don't know the purpose of life, meaning of life, what we are doing, why we are doing, where we are going. That's why the Supreme Buddha is so compassionate. He gave us the three refuges. Three refuges are real um, powers which give us very clear purpose of our life, the way to uh, our goal. The Buddha is the uh, ultimate enlightenment, ultimate goal. Dhamma is the path. Sangha is the guidance on the path. So this clarity, when it becomes more and more clear, then it is like uh, big burden is gone. You see, when you know where you are traveling, for example, and you know your train or flight ticket is booked and you know how to go there, and you have some nice guidance, advices, then what is left is just to travel. But the biggest problem of not knowing where to go, how to go is solved. So, Triple Refuge gives us this clarity of purpose of our life and how to achieve that purpose, the way to achieve that. And out of all compassion, Lord Buddha has given us the Sangha who guide us uh, on the path. So that's why we undertake. And once we have this triple gem, and once we know the goal and the path, that is great protection. We don't go here and there. We are not misled. We are not straying away from the path. Uh, Even if we stray away, then we come again back. Say you are going on the highway, and even if by mistake, if you go this and that D route, and uh, once again you come back to the highway and join and continue because you know, okay, this highway is the uh, ultimately this is the way which takes me to the goal. So this clarity comes from our daily practice because that daily practice makes us to know how mind works. It is not uh, this ultimate this ultimate thing only that we need to know as goal. In our day to day life, small things, if I want to read a book, why should I read it, why do I read it, and how do I read it, and how do I grasp it and understand it. So with this small activity there is clarity of the purpose and the way to achieve it. So this purpose of life and to achieve that becomes clearer and clearer. This is the power of our daily life. And of course, we go into power of daily meditation life. And of course, we go deeper into anicca, dukkha, anatta, ultimately impermanent suffering and selflessness, this connectedness that we are all connected. How we um, we can grow together, how we can live together, how we are dependent on each other, how to let go together. That is, uh, in ultimate sense, that also helps us to reach ultimate goal. So this is, in short, I can say the power of meditation and innumerable examples we have how our day-to-day life incidents have changed if it is properly observed and understood. So that is part of meditation, to observe and understand. So we have this capacity in our hearts, in our minds, that why shouldn't we build? So building that is what we call meditation. So I would like to conclude here, and maybe if there are any questions, we can spend few minutes with questions, Bhante.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so much, Venerable Bhante Ananda, for sharing this wonderful Dhamma talk on regular Buddhist meditation practice. Meditation is something that we always need to promote and encourage people to practice, because that is our identity. Especially as Buddhist community, we need to know our strength,
Yes,
and
Bhante.
this is where we can actually excel. We can stand out as Buddhist community if we want to stay calm and peaceful. That's what we always want to promote. And thank you so much for these practical tips for our community. And if we have any questions, we always would like to encourage our community. Anyone who has any question on meditation, you are encouraged to post some questions. We do have few minutes. So during this time, I think India has recovered after pandemic. Still, the other parts of the world, they are still suffering due to some other things, right? So how can we actually encourage our young generation, Bhante, especially young generation? They are so overwhelmed with many other things, maybe with their studies, with their smartphones or video games and many other things. So how do we encourage our young generation to practice meditation? Do you have some tips for your Sunday school children, for example?
Yes, um, what we experience, we have experienced here is um, even children like quite much to do meditation. Uh, in our schools also, uh, we have this meditation as a part of our curriculum. For example, we start in the morning with Trisarana and Panchashila, and 10 minutes children are made to meditate. They just put their hands on their desk and uh, 10 minutes Anapanasati teacher guides, and then it continues. And in the daytime, whenever, for example, they are very excited and coming from sports or like that, then just three breaths, watching three breaths, reminding them to observe three breaths. And at the end of the school, again, we have 10 minutes metta bhavana, giving loving kindness. And that is one of the most liked meditation technique by children. And in our Dhamma school here, it is the same experience we have done, Bhanteji. Um, so uh, one of one of the responsibilities lies on the parents. I have seen some parents here also that just because to keep the child engaged and keep quiet, they give the mobile phone or iPad or something like that, and it keeps on playing. And what that child is playing is some uh, games of shooting and killing. So the parents can just change the same thing into a positive games, some very interesting positive games, and they can allow the child to use some positive creative games or some creative um, uh, things to do on the phone or computer. Um, that is one I also seen one parent doing that, and their child, 4 years old child, enjoys a lot with such positive things, even though it is digital child most of the time, some gadget in the hand, but it is in a way positive. So And this mindfulness, as I said, ultimately they, as they grow, they have to understand this negative uh, power of the negative thing, that it disturbs the mind. So bringing them up in mindfulness will help, I feel, Bante.
Yeah, we also have this meditation for the kids when we start the Dhamma school. Um, we do the chanting and also the five precepts and Buddha Vandana together along with the meaning, so that the kids know what we are
Yeah.
actually doing. Otherwise, we just if we
Mhm.
just chant the Pali, they probably don't understand. So we do it in along with English meaning.
Mhm.
Those kids who are born here, they are not so familiar with Pali or Sinhala, so we have to
Yes.
actually make them comfortable. Otherwise, they don't feel encouraged to come to temple even. Like,
Mhm.
if
Yes,
we
Bante.
speak only in Sinhala and if we chant only in Pali, so we try to make all these things happen together,
Ji
and
Bante.
so slowly, and also meditation. Walking meditation and sitting meditation for 5-10 minutes, guided meditation, and that way the children, I we notice that they are really, although they are very techno savvy and
Yes.
also so much glued to the computers and phones, but when it comes to those activities, we notice that they are also following instructions
Ji
and
Bante.
doing really well. Yeah.
Ji
And
Bante.
okay, we do have a question here. As you said that the triple gem is our protection, are we learning to protect the triple gem in our mind?
Ah, as I explained, triple gem, the Supreme Buddha, the Noble Dhamma, and the Holy Sangha, the more and more clarity we get, the more clarity we get in our hearts, the more um, um, our conviction becomes clearer. The more conviction becomes clearer, straying out of goodness, straying out of uh, the path of sila, samadhi, and panya becomes less and less. So, like that, the triple gem protect us from going astray into negativity, unwholesomeness, and also into ignorance. The uh, worst dangerous thing that can affect our mind, our life in a negative way is ignorance. So this triple gem gives us immense protection. Apart from the qualities of the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, when we recollect in our hearts, in our minds, when we bring it again and again, that means we become closer and closer and closer to the triple gem. Just like somebody smokes again and again, that person becomes closer to smoking or drinking or violence. Similarly, when we have this triple gem as our refuge, we become closer and closer. The more the qualities we bring in our hearts, we become closer and closer. So, like that, the protection becomes so strong in our daily life. We are protected from so many dangers, accidents, or some even diseases, sickness. So many things uh, happen. The the power of triple gem is not so simple to measure. And apart from that, the mind falling into dangers, from that we are protected. From unwholesome karmas, we are protected. And of course, falling into the lower words in future, we are protected. Suffering, falling into suffering. Every stage, if you look at the Supreme Buddha behind, this is our temple, Bante. This
Yeah.
is our shrine. So it is so uh, very uplifting. People come here with good mind, bad mind, any mind, but the moment they come here, they feel so uh,
Peaceful.
elevated
Hmm.
looking at the Buddha. And so, even just this rupa, this physical material representation after 2600 years, can bring us so much of joy and upliftment. And imagine how much the qualities of the Buddha are so close in our heart. So that protection, uh, we protect the triple gem in our heart, and triple gem will protect us million times more our
Hmm.
lives.
Right, right. Yo Dhammang Rakati.
Vasati.
Yeah. So,
Yes, yo dhammang rakhati.
uh,
Dhammo have rakhati
Dhammo
dhammam.
have rakati dhammachari. So when you actually protects the Dhamma will protect you.
Dhamma protects. Yes,
And
Bhante.
if it is said, if you want to be a millionaire, you have to be among the millionaires. So
Yes,
it is very important to know that your mission in life, right? So
yes,
if you want to be with the Dhamma, you have to be with those Dhammic practitioners, the
yes,
Kalyana with the friends, we say. So
yes, Bhante. Yes,
it is really important that we stay in touch with our triple gem. Triple gem will protect us, and I think today's living representation of the triple gem is our Mahasangha members. Very important
yes,
messengers. They are living examples to help us, to guide us towards the right path. And the Dhamma is there, and the Buddha is the one um, who showed us the path. So we have to be really thankful and grateful to the Noble Triple Gem for showing us the path for millions of years.
yes, Bhante. Yes,
2,500 years is a long time, and we still survive. And
yes, Bhante.
because of those enormous dedications, especially from the Mahasangha, so we have to be really thankful and grateful to all the Mahasangha members who are doing their best, who have dedicated their life and energy to preserve the Dhamma, to promote the Dhamma, all throughout in different forms, in different countries, in different languages, different cultures. So we really have to be very grateful. And so, dear Dhamma friends, if you find a monk somewhere, you have to be in touch with them. They have something unique in all of them. Some of them can be wonderful meditation practitioners. Some of them can be wonderful Dhamma speakers. Some of them can be really kind and generous, hearted individuals. So you will see something special in that person, whosoever has dedicated their life towards this spiritual path. So learn something, take care of them also, protect them, and so we need to preserve this Dhamma to in order to find peace within ourselves, to come inch closer to the Nibbana. It's so important that we are staying in touch with the Mahasangha, and then we can also learn the Dhamma, then we can practice the Dhamma, and eventually um, all of us can attain the final liberation. So, with that positive thought, I would like to conclude today's event. Thank you so much, Bante, Venerable Ananda, so for sharing this Dhamma talk, practically helping um, for our community and people who have joined us today. I think we have quite a lot of people. Siddharth Naik and AS, and also um, Shiva Ganga Gaikwad, I think
Oh, so nice.
Lakshmi Govind, and Kalpana Moon, and also Chaya, and yeah, so we
From India.
appreciate everyone who joined today live with Bante. I'm sure they all know you personally. And
Yes, but
yeah, thank you so much, everyone. May the Noble Triple Gem bless you, help you, protect you, and guide you towards the right path. May all of us be able to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu.
sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so much, Bhanteji, for
Thank you
this.
so much.
Thank you.
Okay.